What's going on, everyone? Kendrick Nunn. He could be a huge X factor for the Lakers this upcoming season. It's kind of like a new acquisition. Yes, they got him last season, but he was out due to injury. So this will be the first season he gets to play with the Lakers. And there's a lot of questions with how ramped up is he? Is he going to be healthy, and is he going to be able to play a full season? Because if he can play a full season, the guy can do everything. He's a solid defender. He's not the greatest defender in the world, but he's a solid defender. Was a 38% three-point shooter the last time he played, and a guy that led as point guard for a finals team in the Miami Heat, putting up 20 points per game in the finals. So he's not afraid of the big moment. He's a guy that is willing to show an upgrade. I mean, he went from averaging like 14 to 15 a game in the regular season to 20 plus in the playoffs. Those are the kind of players you need. And I'm not comparing the two in the sense of skill set wise, but Kendrick Nunn could be our Kyrie light. Again, I'm not saying Kendrick Nunn is anywhere near Kyrie as far as skill level goes, but a lot of the stuff that Kendrick Nunn can do is a lot of the same stuff that the Lakers wanted from Kyrie Irving. That guy that can play on the ball, off the ball, create his own shot, get to the basket, play and run the offense if need be. He's a better defender than Kyrie, things like that. So he can be our third option. I mean, if you remove Westbrook from the equation, Kendrick Nunn might be our third best player on the team. But again, he's only as good as he can be on the court healthy. And there's been a lot of talks that he's not healthy. This report even came out per Lakers Nation. Kendrick Nunn ramp-up process has reportedly been slower than anticipated. And we're seeing several reports that Kendrick Nunn is not, doing 5-on-5s, and he's, not ramping it up the way he should be. But Kendrick Nunn responded and said, "You learn new things about yourself every day on social media. That's why I barely be on here." And then you have all the emojis and stuff. And this is from Kendrick Nunn. Here's the thing. Nobody knows better than Kendrick Nunn. Kendrick Nunn has said himself in interviews, he is 100%, that his doctors have given him the okays and everything. We're not even into training camp yet. These guys are still training and working out. He's not a guy that's actively on social media posting images of him in the lab, working on his game, this, that, and the other. Not every player is, LeBron, who just shows you all of his workouts 24/7, and it's basically like a documentary of his offseason. Not everybody does that. Some people are a lot more quiet and in the lab, and Kendrick Nunn himself has said, working on my game. I've been working on the craft. I've been trying to get better. I've been trying to get healthy. You still have, 3-4 weeks before training camp even begins. Why would you try to kill yourself going before you get into training camp? He's trying to get as healthy as possible, get his body right, get his mind right, get his, his game right. So that way when he gets into training camp, he can ramp it up. That's when you ramp it up, is you start getting into training camp. You learn the new systems. You learn the new organizations, this, that, and the other. I think Kendrick Nunn is going to be okay. I don't know why. Yes, of course, all these players think that they're 100% even when they're 30%. But Kendrick Nunn knows himself better than anybody. He knows the workouts that he's doing. He knows what is, tasking and what's not. These reports that just keep coming out, they don't know. Are they in the gym with Kendrick Nunn, working with him, watching him take his shots, watching him do his drills? I mean, Kendrick Nunn's not going to call something out that isn't true. So I'm the person, I'm going to side with the player on that information. And then if we get to the season and it shows that he was wrong, well, then he was wrong, and then we can address it then. But right now, Kendrick Nunn himself has repeatedly said, I am ready to go. I am doing what is necessary to get in. And if that's the case, Kendrick Nunn could be huge. He could be our third guy for the Lakers on this team. He could start. He could come off the bench. He could, fill in a pinch. He has so much to his game, so many layers, and he's still so young. Look, people were shocked last season when the Lakers got Kendrick Nunn. I mean, that was one of the biggest conversation points when the Lakers acquired Kendrick Nunn, because it was just so huge. It was like, what? No way. He just signed for a mid-level exception. The guy was a 20-point per game scorer for the Miami Heat, was in most cases their second or third most consistent player, their third best player, the entire thing, next to Bam and Jimmy Butler. It was shocking. It really was that they were able to get Kendrick Nunn for that asking price. Other teams would have given him way more money. But Kendrick Nunn wanted to do what, Malik Monk, same thing. If I go to LA, I'll shine and be in the spotlight more. I'll be able to get that big contract that I want. And unfortunately, he got hurt. If he can be healthy and he can stay healthy, this guy could be a huge factor for the Lakers. He's not a guy, he's not coming in and immediately making us a contender, but he is good enough to help us win games we otherwise wouldn't have won. And his consistency is key, because that was the thing with Miami. He was very consistent. If you watched, that bubble year and then even the following year, like, he was very consistent in the games and just playing his role and doing what he needed to do. Of course, just like all players over an 82 game stretch, you have your ups and downs, you have your roller coasters, but for the bulk of the season, what does this player do? How consistent is this player? Is he a 30-point a game one night and then a 3-point a game the next night? Or is he like, 21 night, 15 the next, 13 the next, 20 the next? Where is he in this spot? And he was that guy. He'd go and get you 12 one night, then get you 17, then he'd get you, 25, and then he'd get you back to 14. He was just a solid player. And I think if you give him solid minutes, he could be huge. And I think a lot of people are really sleeping on Kendrick Nunn. I have conversations because, I try to respond to all of the comments here on this channel. And I see it all the time where people we should trade Kendrick Nunn for this person or that person. And I'm like, I just don't want to do that. I would hate to see Kendrick Nunn. Kendrick Nunn, realistically, if you remove Westbrook, Kendrick Nunn is our third best player on the team right now based on what he's done previously. There are, of course, concerns with injuries, but you could say the same thing about Anthony Davis. How is he going to come back? You know what I mean? We have to trust that he is healthy. And when he's healthy, what was the production he was putting on the court? He was a 20-point per game starting point guard on a finals team. That is good. This isn't a guy that just I just had a good run. No, he was solid game in, game out, night in and night out. And so I would love to see that. I would hate for the Lakers to trade him, and then it turns out he's putting up, say you trade him to the Knicks. As high as I am on Cam Reddish, I don't want to give up Kendrick Nunn, because I would hate to see we go get Cam Reddish, who's probably going to be a project. I do think Cam Reddish could make an impact, but he's not going to make as big of an impact as I believe Kendrick Nunn will. Yes, we do need wing players, but if we trade Westbrook, depending on what the package is, depending on what the return is, we may need Kendrick Nunn. And I would hate to see him go to a team like the Knicks, and he's that 20-point per game scorer. He's shooting 38% from three. He's taking over games. He's, playing some solid defense. He's facilitating. He's doing everything. It's we could have used that so badly. And it's we're like, man, we let that guy go. And it's that guy could have helped us win more games. That's what I don't want to see. But anyway, those are my thoughts and opinions. And as always, I pass the question on to you. Let me know yours down in the comment section below. What do you think about Kendrick Nunn and his comments? What do you think he keeps saying? I'm 100%. I'm 100%. Do you believe him, or do you believe these reports? I just look at it as Kendrick Nunn knows better than anybody. Why would he keep telling people he's 100% if he's not? Why not just say I'm good? Why not just say, hey, yeah, I'm working things up. You kind of tiptoe around the thing. No, he has said, I am good. I am 100%. I am ready to go. I am working out. I am ramping up 5-on-5, stuff like that. I know the media is trying to shine this light on Kendrick Nunn as he's not ramping up. He's not doing 5-on-5s. What's going on? It's still the off season. It's still how many players are actually doing 5-on-5s and killing themselves? Yeah, even guys like LeBron and stuff like that. Yeah, they're playing in the Drew League and things like that. But they're not killing themselves. It's a light game. They're just getting a sweat. They're getting fun. Who knows what Kendrick Nunn is doing? He's coming off of an injury. He wants to re-up. He wants to make sure he is right and ready to go come training camp. That is the key. That is what is important. Getting ready to go for training camp. Not anything else. All the other stuff is irrelevant. Who cares? I just don't think Kendrick Nunn is going to say, I am 100%. But, you never know. We'll find out. We'll find out in about 2 months, unless he gets traded, which I really hope he doesn't get traded. But again, how do you feel about Kendrick Nunn? Are you high on Kendrick Nunn? Do you think yes, he could be our X factor? He could be our number 3. He could be the guy that could really help impact and affect this game and really put us in a good spot, win us some more games than maybe we would have won otherwise? Or do you think, no, injury, it doesn't have an injury history outside of the last season. So, we don't know if he's going to be injury prone or anything like that. So you can't really say that. But, it is concerning. I get it. He missed an entire season. Although I do think some of that was precaution because there were even talks of him coming back later, like towards the back half of the season, and then he just didn't. So I think that was more of just like, hey, this season is already lost. Why bring you back and, end up risking you get hurt again? Get your body right, get your mind right, get everything together, and let's go. It's kind of how I look at it, but, again, it is. It's one of those things. However you feel about Kendrick Nunn, I'm personally extremely high on him. I really do. I really think he's going to have a huge impact, and I'd rather him have that huge impact for the Lakers than see him go have that huge impact for another team, and we're just sitting here like, why did we get rid of Kendrick Nunn? We should have kept Kendrick Nunn. Granted, hindsight is always 20/20. You know what I mean? But anyway, again, however you feel about it, love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things sports. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.